Don't feed the belly, don't feed the belly. He went on strike. So the first day the strike was going on with great enthusiasm. Don't feed the belly, don't feed the belly. Belly's a fascist pig, don't feed the belly. The second day, energy was going down a bit. But the third day, they were just laying around, they couldn't do anything, they had no energy to even get up. And they kind of mumbled, well, I think we better call another meeting of the labor union. And they realized, well, you have to feed the belly. So what we're doing in a modern day civilization, we're neglecting to feed the belly, we're neglecting to give a loving service to the Supreme Person, who's the source of everything, the energy center of everything. And therefore, we're dying, we're drying up. We're actually literally we're moving towards a global drought. We're heading in that direction, global drought. They're thinking about how to get water out of the ocean, and some countries are already doing it because at great expense they have to extract their water from the ocean. Very expensive process. It's unnatural. We're meant to have natural water naturally from the rain, sufficiently for every person on this planet. But we're moving towards, step by step, every day, there's more land every day turning into desert. Gradually, the whole planet becoming that desert. That's what we have. And so many other things. It's predicted in the happen at the end of the coming world. All because we're neglecting to give a loving service to that center of the universe, Krishna or God. We have to come back to the God-centered conception. Nowadays, they do one of two things. They want to deny God. Well, actually, there's three things. They want to deny God. They want to say that they are God, in Mayavadi philosophy, or they want to use God for their own sense gratification. The order supply. These are all three deviations of the proper conception of God. We are not that we are meant to take God to serve us, to help facilitate our sense gratification. Not that we are God, or not that God is dead. We are meant to be simply engaged in loving service of that Supreme Person, who's so beautiful, who's so wonderful, who's so powerful, so knowledgeable, so renowned, so famous, so wealthy. And that Supreme Person is the best friend, Sushridam Sarvabhutanam, the absolutely best friend of everyone. You don't have a better friend than Krishna. He's absolutely your best friend. He's simply waiting when you'll come back out of this foolish position of trying to imitate him in the material world. You're only kidding yourself, causing yourself unnecessary distress and turmoil. He's simply waiting when they will come back to me. Krishna is not punishing us, we're punishing ourselves. We came here because we wanted to come here. Not that Krishna, well, I don't like your attitude, so I condemn you to the material. No. We came here, Krishna facilitated our desire to be in a place where we can think that we're the center. It's his facility to us. He facilitated us. We wanted a place where we can think, yes, I am the Supreme. Everything revolves around me. So Krishna as well. If you really want it, unless you have it, but when you realize that a fool is mistaken with us, you can come back, you're welcome to come back. So Krishna is not a punishing God. He's simply a loving God. He wants to facilitate. He's an affectionate father who wants to facilitate his children to make them happy. So in this way, you see, we misuse the free will we have. Misused it to try to imitate Krishna. So now hear from great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. We should hear from these great, great personalities. And we should very clearly understand what a foolish, stupid, idiotic mistake I made to try to enjoy separately from the Lord in this material existence. Stupid. The most moronic mistake you could ever make. I made it. I have to admit my mistake and I have to try to rectify myself. By hearing from saintly teachers, by hearing from the devotees, by hearing the scriptures, on what is the method by which I can be re-established in my original consciousness position. Sarupsati. I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. We have to get back to our original identity. So this Krishna consciousness movement, it's not really a religious movement, it's this educational movement. In other words, we're not presenting another sect of religion. We have, there's a church here, the temple, the mosque, it's just another one of the religious organizations in the world. Another one of the religions, no. We are teaching the science of God, which is equally applicable to Christians, Jews, Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, whoever. It's an educational institution. We're teaching you how to become perfect in the science of the Absolute Truth. How to dovetail your every thought, word, and deed, the Supreme Person of the Absolute Truth. Whatever your religion is, you can keep it. If you're a Christian, you can remain a Christian. If you're a Hindu, you can remain a Hindu. If you're a Buddhist, whatever you want. Remain, but then learn how to become perfect in that religion. That is the science of religion, the universal science of religion, and that is what Krishna is teaching in the Gita. Don't remain caught up in all these different false designations, upadhis. Understand that you're simply an eternal spiritual being, qualitatively one with the Lord. Therefore, meant to fully dovetail yourself with the Lord. Every thought, word, and deed is meant to be completely dovetailed with Him, fully absorbed in His loving service. This understanding we should get by carefully hearing the message of Krishna. And then we should very carefully and sincerely try to put it into practice as best as we can. Because by doing that, there is an awakening of that dormant Krishna consciousness of the mind. Just like a match has fire within it. The fire is already there in the match. All you have to do is strike it and the fire comes out. So you have pure love of God within your heart. Actually, you're already fully liberated and enlightened soul. Simply you're covered with this conditioned mentality. Therefore, by engaging yourself in the activity of a liberated soul, chanting, dancing, feasting, remembering the Lord, then you will come back. It's like a person suffering from amnesia. There was one time a gentleman in Dallas, Texas. We read it in the newspaper. He went out for a walk in the neighborhood, as people sometimes do. And some funny thing happened in his chemistry of his brain, and he went into an amnesiac state. He totally forgot who he was, where he lived, what his name was, where his house was. He forgot everything about himself. So he lived on the streets for some time, wandering about, not knowing who he was. Until one day a friend spotted him and said, "Oh, John, come home. Get in the car, we'll take you home." And then he went to some, psychotherapy, psychiatrist or psychologist. And by associating with him, bringing him into the association of those things connected with his actual identity, his wife, his dog, his fishing rod or whatever he was into. Put him back in touch with all those things that were his identity before he went into amnesia, and gradually he came back. So Krishna Gandhi is the same thing. You are actually the eternal servant of Krishna. You're not this material world. You're wandering in the streets of Dallas, you see, not knowing, wandering in this material world, not knowing who you are, trying to be something. You know, someone told you, oh, I think you're such and such. You try to be that. I think you're a boy, so you should be a boy. I think you're a girl, you should be a girl. I think you're American or Danish or Czechoslovakian or Indian. I think you're this or that, so you should be that. You know, all these false, they're called positive false definitions. So we're trying to be this and that and this and that. It's not us. It's not us. We're foolishly spinning our wheels trying to be something that we're not. And we're not going anywhere. We're not making any progress toward the ultimate goal of life by simply trying to, live in the realm of false identity. Therefore, we must come out of the realm of false identity. We have to come back to our actual natures. And by doing that, then all the memories will come back. All the memories will come back. That day will come, you actually remember. At the Asakti stage, one will actually remember who you are in the pastimes of Krishna. What is your actual identity? That remembrance comes at the Asakti stage. It's a very high level, beginning of pure bhakti. That remembrance will come. Now we're at a very low level, just trying to get absorbed in the process. Some of us are initiated, and now we're battling it out on the level called anartha vritti, trying to conquer the lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, illusion, the envy. Those who are not yet initiated, who are coming, they are in the stage of sadhu sangha, associating with devotees. Their step is to go to bhajana kriya to get initiated. And then once you're initiated, you're empowered. You get full empowerment from your spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas. You get full empowerment now to conquer all the anarthas. That initiation is required. It gives you empowerment to conquer lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion, envy, and you can't go. In other words, there's association with devotees and giving the anarthas, the initiations that step in between. To get empowered, to get free from those anarthas, you have to be initiated. You get special power. Initiation gives you special empowerment to conquer the anarthas. Provided you obey your spiritual master. You have to obey him. You have to please him by your attitude, by your words, and by your activities. And by doing that, then you actually become empowered to conquer over the lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. And once you do that, then you achieve the state called nishta, fixed up devotee. Prabhupada explains after nishta, there's no more struggle, or practically no more struggle. It's a struggle in the beginning, you see. It's a struggle. I struggle to have faith because there's so many doubts. I struggle to associate with devotees because sometimes there's some clash between devotees. I struggle at that level. I struggle with initiation to keep my vows. I struggle to, not be lusty, not be greedy, not be angry. I struggle with these things. But when you get to nishta, all that struggling is gone. It's like you're going from point A to point B, and there's a big mountain range between this city and that city. There's a huge mountain range. So going sadhu sangha and ashada, sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha vritti, you finally get to nishta, and now it's just down. Once you get nishta, the struggle is finished. It's just celebration. Ki jai. It's very easy actually. So work very hard to achieve that state, to get to the nishta stage. Have faith, associate with devotees, get initiated, work very diligently to obey your spiritual master's orders, because that will free you from all the anarthas. And then by that you finally reach that point where it's just like, wow, now I can just glide on in. Just like in American baseball. Somebody hits a home run out of the ballpark, they still had to run around the bases, but there's no struggle. Just like a celebration run, you know. The ball went out of the park, but they run around the bases, and everybody's cheering. And they run around. So after Dr. Vitti's coming, the ball, you hit the ball out of the park, now you're just running around the bases. Not a struggle, it's like a celebration. Now we're struggling. You see, we're struggling with material desire, we're struggling with laziness, with craziness, with offensiveness, we're struggling with these things. So we just got to keep struggling. What's the mood? Embrace the struggle. Take it, enthusiastically embrace the struggle. This is my yoga that I'm doing. It's going to free me from all anxieties for all eternity. It's going to free me from having a body that gets sick, that gets old and dies. It's going to free me from having to struggle and make a living. It's going to free me from all these struggles. I just have to conquer over these dirty things in the heart. Be fully absorbed in Krishna. So in this way, we have to understand the science. And now we can answer some questions from you all, also from the internet. They can ask questions. So now we're open to questions. Yes, Prabhu.
Let me mention about this man who got amnesia.
Yeah.
Because of some chemical imbalance or whatever.
Media what?
Because of some chemical imbalance.
Chemical imbalance?
Yeah, because of that. You said that.
A chemical imbalance?
Yeah.
In his brain.
Yeah.
You said chemical imbalance in his brain. That's
Yeah.
the expression.
So doesn't it prove that memory comes from chemistry?
Does memory come from chemistry? Does this prove that memory comes from chemistry?
And consciousness.
Well, the brain is not actually the mind. They think it's the mind, but it's not really the mind. The brain is simply a tool used by the mind. It's like, do the eyes see, or do you see through your eyes? Does the brain think, or do you think through your brain? Is it like that? Does your tongue taste, or do you taste through your tongue? So actually, the brain is simply a tool being utilized by the person, just like the tongue and the eyes. Any other questions? Yes.
The 5 most important angas of devotional service: chanting, reading, and associating with devotees, going to holy places, and worshipping the deity. How come preaching is not directly mentioned? How come giving Krishna consciousness to others is not one of the angas?
Well, there's different lists. And certainly there's the Lord Chaitanya's direct order. So how can that be an anga? One of the limbs of pure bhakti. Actually, Prabhupada emphasizes it so much. He says that Krishna's order, Sarvadharman Paridya Jamani Shradham Surinami, is expressed by Lord Chaitanya in the form of this order, Jadideka Tadikaha Krishna. So it's even more than an anga. It's the whole, it's the core, it's the central, the very essence of surrender to Krishna and this age is to preach. It's even bigger than an anga. It's the very essence of Krishna consciousness itself. The essence is to surrender to Krishna, but Lord Chaitanya presents the same essence Adhikari Krishna into this. So if you surrender to Krishna in this Kali Yuga means you take up the position of guru or teacher. That's what it means. Surrender means that you be a teacher, you be a guru to teach this science. This is what you have to do. That is surrender. So it's bigger than Anu. Okay, here we have a question coming in from Australia. What is the minimum standard to wear tulsi neck beads? Any Shastic reference, one person wants to know it. Like how many strands? I know I was trained by Vishnu Jan Swami. Prabhupada told me, you've been trained up by the expert guide from Vishnu Jan Swami. We were trying to put on 3 strands of neck beads. So I've read somewhere, Prabhupada said either 2 or 3 strands. We generally what we advise people who are not initiated wear 1 strand, and then initiation you go to 3. That's basically the standard that in terms of my students, that's how I've seen in ISKCON, that's how I've gotten from my teachers, and so that's how I engage my students. And, in the beginning wear 1 strand, and when you're initiated we give you 3 to signify your initiation. In Vedic culture, these symbols are used. Just like a chaste woman parts her hair in the middle, and a prostitute parts her hair on the side. That way you can see who you're dealing with, how to deal with her in the proper way. So in a similar way, we also show who's initiated and who's not. So we know if he's not initiated, we should encourage him to get initiated. If he is initiated, we should bow down to his feet. So in this way, we do that. There are these designations of external.
When should one start to wear the Kantimala? When?
I've never seen it stated anywhere in Prabhupada's books. Some devotees say, well, when they're following the principles and chanting japa, starting their japa, would be a good thing. They're not engaged in any sinful activity. It should signify something. Not that wearing neck beads and going over to McDonald's and having a Big Mac. I would advise that they should be following the principles and chanting, starting off on japa. There's no hard and fast rule. It's how you want to train them.
Because all the gift shops are selling the gift shops are selling Kantimala.
Yeah, I don't think the GBC is going to make it. I don't think they want to make a resolution about it. So it's up to the individual devotees. I mean, the gift stores are probably, someone in the gift store mentality, whoever gives the money gets the beads. That's the mentality of the gift shops usually. Whatever, the money is the honey. But my mood would be okay, you want to wear them, that's great, but because there is a statement about wearing neck beads, you're protected from the Yamadutas. There's not something that you can engage in sinful activities in wearing neck beads, and now you're worried about the Yamadutas. It's not like that. Wearing neck beads means you're following what is his principle. It's a symbol that you're following what is his principle. So I would recommend that they should be following regular principles and chanting some japa, not necessarily 16. Some japa they should be chanting. They're getting started in japa. They're following the principle. Yeah.
I have asked this question to several devotees, but I would like to hear your answer. How far can Agyata Sukriti take a person?
How far can
Agyata Sukriti
Agyata Sukriti
take a person?
Take
a person on the spiritual path.
Take?
Yeah, how far can it take you?
So you can drink on the spiritual path.
Well, it could take you all the way in extraordinary cases. There is Kripa City. By special mercy, sometimes someone becomes delivered. Krishna's mercy is inconceivable, so even one could become liberated just by Agyatas Kriti, it's possible, but don't count on it. I mean, you could get an honorary degree also. Like some university may discover some of your rap lyrics and think, wow, you have an honorary degree, PhD. What is the chance that happens? Sometimes people get honorary degrees. But if you want a degree, you can enroll in the university you work for. Let's see, anything else? Any questions, local? Yeah?
Yeah, so often we have the idea that even governments should be guided by devotees of the ISKCON movement. And then maybe some cynical voice would say, why don't we also guide ourselves? Because not always our management is really up to the...
So what's the question?
That's a question.
Why?
Why don't we guide ourselves before we want to guide the whole world?
Someone will say, why should you even think of guiding the whole world when you just guide yourself? So why should we think of guiding the world? Well, maybe we should just forget about it and not even distribute the books, huh? I think I'm so fallen I can't preach to anybody, so I wouldn't dare preach to anybody. I'm certainly not qualified to preach, so we'll just call off the preaching, we'll just focus on developing our own Krishna consciousness. Would that be a very good idea? I'm not qualified to guide anyone. I certainly couldn't guide anyone how to be Krishna conscious, because I'm not a pure devotee yet. I have not seen Krishna face to face. How can I tell anybody to chant Krishna, because I'm not seeing Krishna face to face? How could I possibly tell a government official they should close down the slaughterhouse, because I haven't seen Krishna yet? The thing is this: if one is following these principles, he's chanting 16 rounds, he's following the 4 regulated principles, he's an initiated devotee, he's sincerely trying to obey his spiritual master to the best of his abilities. He may not be a Paramahamsa, he may just be a struggling neophyte, but the fact is, he's an empowered representative of Krishna. And it's his duty and his life to do as much as he can to deliver everybody. Prabhupada told us, become guru and deliver the whole world. He ordered us to deliver the whole world. So if I think of delivering the whole world, as a cooperative member of this movement who has a world deliverance mission, am I in Maya? Because I'm thinking about how we can deliver the world. Is that Maya? Well, how can I think that we must deliver the world when I'm still struggling with my own narrative? Is it? The fact is that by engaging in the Sankirtan Yajna, which means to deliver the world, that will help me become free from my narrative. And Prabhupada explains that by, how did he say that?
Krishna conscious being.
By preaching, this one's own conviction becomes strengthened by preaching this philosophy. I may have some anarthas floating around, of course I have tons of anarthas, but not many. I have tons of anarthas floating around my consciousness, right? So, but by, following the order of my spiritual master and giving Krishna to everyone